Am I the a-hole for getting my sister grounded for life after she stole my diary and read it at a party? Hey Reddit, I'm 16F, and I'm spiraling right now. I need to know if I'm the asshole here because my family's imploding, and I can't tell if it's my fault or if I was justified. This whole mess started 2 weeks ago, and it's still haunting me. I live in this boring suburb outside Columbus, Ohio, with my parents, mom's 44F, dad's 46M, and my older sister, Jess 18F. We've never been close, but what she did crossed a line I didn't even know existed. I'm warning you now, this is long. I've got a lot to get off my chest. Jess and I are like oil and water. She's the golden child, blonde, loud, captain of the cheer squad, always posing for Instagram with her squad of equally loud friends. She's got this vibe like she's starring in her own teen movie, and everyone else is just an extra. Me, I'm the opposite. I'm short, brunette, and I'd rather spend Friday night sketching in my room or rereading the bell jar than faking a smile at some sweaty house party. My friends, Mia, Sam, and Priya, are the only people I really trust, and we've been tight since 7th grade. Jess calls us, the nerd herd, and acts like I'm some tragic loser because I don't care about being popular. Whatever, I've always figured we'd just coexist until she left for college and I could have the house to myself. Our parents don't make it easier. Mom's a nurse who works insane hours, and dad's a middle manager at some insurance company. They're both exhausted all the time, so they don't notice half the crap Jess pulls. She's their firstborn star, so she gets a free pass for everything, skipping chores, sneaking out, blasting music until midnight. Meanwhile, I'm stuck folding laundry and taking out the trash because I'm reliable. It's been like this forever, and I've mostly swallowed it. But the diary thing, that was my breaking point. I've had this diary since I was 12. It's this scuffed up leather notebook I found at Goodwill for $3, and it's my lifeline. I write everything in there, stuff I'd never say out loud. Like how I've been secretly crushing on Ethan from art class for 6 months, he's got these quiet green eyes and always smells like paint thinner, it's so dumb. Or how mom's constant nagging about my attitude makes me want to scream. Or that time last year when I wrote this awful poem about feeling invisible, it's cringy, but it was real. The diary's my safe space. I'm paranoid about anyone finding it, so I hide it under a loose floorboard in my closet. I pried that board up with a screwdriver 2 years ago, and it's been my secret ever since. No one knows, not Mia, not mom, nobody. At least, that's what I thought. About a month ago, Jess started acting off. She'd catch my eye at dinner and smirk, like she knew something I didn't. Once, she said, "How's your secret life going, huh?" in this sing-song voice, and mom just laughed like it was a cute joke. I figured she was just being her usual annoying self, so I ignored it. Big mistake. Then, 2 weeks ago, mom and dad went to Cincinnati for dad's work conference. They'd be gone from Friday to Sunday, and they left Jess in charge because she's 18 and mature. Yeah, right, I knew she'd pull something, but I didn't expect it to hit me this hard. Friday night, she threw a rager. I'm talking 50, maybe 60 people, seniors, juniors, even some college freshmen Tyler knows from his job at the gas station. Our house isn't big, just a 2-story with a cramped living room and a backyard that's mostly weeds, but Jess turned it into party central. Music so loud it rattled my windows, people spilling beer on the carpet, someone vaping in the kitchen. I locked my door, shoved my headphones on, and tried to drown it out with my lo-fi playlist. I didn't care if she trashed the place, I just wanted to stay out of it. Around midnight, I heard her laughing right outside my room, but I didn't open the door. I should have checked on her. Maybe I could have stopped it. Saturday morning, I woke up to a disaster zone. The living room looked like a tornado hit it. Empty Solo cups, pizza boxes, a random flip-flop on the coffee table. Jess was sprawled on the couch with Tyler, both of them out cold, and the air stank like stale beer and regret. I wanted to yell at her, but I knew she'd just flip it back on me, so I grabbed my backpack and went to school early to work on an art project. I figured I'd deal with her later, or not at all. School was where it fell apart. First period, I noticed people staring. Not just glancing, staring. A couple of Jess's cheer friends whispered something as I passed, and one guy the first don't even know said, "Nice poem, Shakespeare," and cracked up. I brushed it off, but my stomach was churning. At lunch, Mia dragged me to our usual table and said, "Okay, what's going on? People keep asking me about you and Jess." I had no idea what she meant, so she pulled out her phone and opened Snapchat. There it was, a story from some girl named Kaylee, timestamped 1:14 a.m. Jess was standing on our coffee table, holding my diary, waving it around like a trophy. The video was shaky, but I could hear her voice cutting through the music. "Oh my god, listen to this, Ethan's hands are poetry, I'd die if he touched me. Who writes this crap?" Laughter exploded in the background. Then she flipped a page and read, "Mom only cares about Jess, I'm just the spare kid." More laughs. The clip cut off mid-sentence, but the caption said, "Little sis has big feelings LMAO." I froze. My chest felt like it was caving in. Mia grabbed my hand and said, "That's so messed up. I'll tell everyone it's fake, okay?" But I could barely hear her. My diary, my stupid, private, mine diary, was out there. Jess had found it, taken it, and turned it into her personal entertainment. I don't even know how she got it. Did she snoop in my room during the party? Did she know about the floorboard all along? I stumbled to the bathroom and locked myself in a stall, trying not to cry. Too late. I sobbed so hard my ribs hurt, and I didn't leave until the bell rang. The rest of the day was torture. People I'd never spoken to were quoting my own words at me. Some junior texted me, "Spare kid, huh? Rough," with a laughing emoji. Ethan wouldn't meet my eyes in art, he just hunched over his sketchbook like I didn't exist. By the time I got home, I was a wreck. Jess was awake, scrolling her phone in the kitchen like nothing happened. I lost it. "What the hell is wrong with you?" I yelled. "You stole my diary and read it to everyone." She didn't even flinch, just smirked and said, "It's not my fault you're such a drama queen. Maybe don't write stuff down if you're so sensitive about it." Then she grabbed a soda and strutted to her room, leaving me shaking in the doorway. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept replaying the video in my head, imagining every laugh, every smirk. My diary was still on the coffee table. I grabbed it and shoved it back under the floorboard, but it didn't feel safe anymore. I hated Jess more than I'd ever hated anyone. She didn't just embarrass me, she took the one thing that was mine and ripped it apart. I wanted her to hurt like I was hurting. And that's when I decided to fight back. I knew Mom and Dad would be home Sunday night. Jess hadn't cleaned up the party mess, she'd kicked a few cups under the couch and called it good. The house still reeked, there were mystery stains on the rug, and I found 2 empty vodka bottles in the trash. Normally, I'd help her cover it up. I've done it before, wiped down counters, hid evidence, lied to Mom about, spilled juice, because I didn't want the drama. But this time, I didn't care. I took my phone and snapped pictures of everything. The bottles, the cigarette butts in the backyard, the sticky spot on the kitchen floor. I had a whole album of proof. Then I waited. Sunday night, Mom and Dad rolled in around 8 p.m., exhausted from the drive. Jess put on her sweet big sister act, hugging them and saying she'd kept everything under control. Dad sniffed the air and frowned. "Why does it smell like a frat house in here?" he asked. Jess laughed it off. "Oh, I spilled some soda, no big deal," but I could tell Mom wasn't buying it. That's when I stepped in. "She had a party," I said, pulling out my phone. "A huge one. Look." I scrolled through the photos, watching their faces change. Mom's mouth dropped open, and Dad's went straight to furious. "Jessica Marie, explain this now," he barked. Jess tried to spin it. "It was just a few friends, they're exaggerating," but I wasn't done. "That's not even the worst part," I said. My voice cracked, and I hated how weak I sounded. "She stole my diary and read it out loud at the party. There's a video. Everyone at school knows. I told them everything, the Snapchat, the laughing, the way Ethan wouldn't look at me." I started crying again, and Mom pulled me into a hug while Dad turned on Jess. "Is this true?" he shouted. She glared at me, face red, and snapped, "You little snitch, are you serious right now?" Mom cut her off. "Enough. Go to your room," and Jess stormed upstairs, slamming her door so hard a picture fell off the wall. The fallout was instant. Mom and Dad sat Jess down and laid into her. "She's grounded indefinitely. No car, no phone, no leaving the house except for school." They took her keys and made her delete her social media apps right in front of them. Dad even said they might cancel her graduation trip to Florida, this big beach thing she's been planning with her friends for months. "You can't be trusted," he said, and Jess just sat there, fuming. Then Mom made her apologize to me. We were in the living room, and Jess muttered, "Sorry," like it physically hurt her to say it. I didn't respond, I just stared at the floor until she stomped off again. For a minute, I felt good. Mom hugged me and said, "We're proud of you for telling us, sweetie." Dad ruffled my hair like I was a kid, which was weird but nice. Jess finally got what she deserved. she's been a bully my whole life, and this was karma. But then it started sinking in. Jess hasn't left her room in days except for school, and I can hear her crying at night. Her friends keep texting me stuff like, "You didn't have to narc, she's your sister," or, "Wow, hope you're happy, she's a mess." Mom and Dad are still arguing about what to do. Last night, I overheard Dad say Jess's college might revoke her scholarship if they report the party. It's some private school with a strict honor code, and underage drinking could tank her acceptance. I didn't know about that when I told them. Now I'm wondering if I went too far. I hate Jess. I do. She humiliated me in a way I can't even describe. School's still a nightmare, and I don't know if Ethan will ever talk to me again. But seeing her like this, locked in her room, no friends, maybe no college, it doesn't feel as good as I thought it would. The house is a battlefield, Mom's stressed, Dad's yelling, Jess won't look at me. I wanted her to pay, but did I break everything in the process? Am I the a-hole for getting her grounded and maybe ruining her future? Or was she asking for it? Edit. Holy crap, you guys are fast, thanks for all the replies. A few things people asked. No, I didn't know about the scholarship risk until after I showed the pics. Yes, Jess apologized again this morning, but it was more like, sorry you're such a baby about it, so I'm not counting it. And yeah, I get that snitching sucks, but I was so mad and hurt I didn't care. I'll keep you posted if anything changes.